Hello, my lovelies. Namaste. Welcome in. I'm your host, Michelle Elizabeth, and today I wanted to talk to you about timeline jumping. You might have heard people talk about timeline jumping or timeline shifting, and you might not know what it is. So basically, it's the idea that you can shift timelines. You know how, like, let's say if you had these dreams and goals, okay, for example, you dreamt of being a famous, I don't know, artist or something, or a writer or whatever, and then, okay, I'll give an example from my life. Like, I wanted to be an actor when I was a kid. I wanted to be either something artistic or be an actor was one of them. So, but then life happens. I took acting lessons for like 10 years, and then I even majored in theater in college, but then I lost my scholarship, and then because I failed a costume design class because I can't sew. So the timeline of being an actor kind of got derailed. And then since I lost my scholarship, I stopped going to school. And then eventually when I went back to school, I decided I was already in the corporate world, because by then I had a husband and a child, and I had to I got sucked into the corporate world. So now I'm not on the same timeline I would have been on. I'm not on the actor timeline. I'm on this other timeline. So eventually I could have stayed on that timeline and been in the corporate world, and I was for a long time. But then eventually got divorced, all that stuff, life happened, all these other things, and life kept lifing, and I was never happy. But I kept thinking about that other timeline that was calling my soul. So then recently, I started taking acting lessons again, and with a company out in LA, so that way now I have contacts and networking. I can go to LA anytime I want and meet these people, and now I have people in the business know me. So now I could shift to that timeline if I want to. So it's about making different choices that would take you different places. Kind of like that movie Sliding Doors. I don't know if you've ever seen that Gwyneth Paltrow movie, Sliding Doors. So that's one large example of timeline jumping. So now I am more aligned with the timeline where I could be. Not sure what happened there, but anyway, my video cut off. So another example is, basically, I like to think of the phrase, you miss 100% of the chances that you don't take. So anytime fear is keeping you from doing something, let's say you want to say something to someone, and if you say something to them, there's different outcomes that could happen, different timelines that could happen. But if you don't say something to them, there's also another timeline that could happen. If you don't have that difficult conversation, there's one timeline that could happen. But if you have that difficult conversation, there could be 2 or 3 different timelines that happen from that, because they also have free will too. But it's about the choices you make every day. The foods you eat, like actually even the foods you eat, because the foods you eat are that's the fuel for your body, and it helps you, it can give you sustenance and everything. And if you're feeling good and healthy, and your vibration is high, then you're gonna be on one timeline. Ooh, vibration, that's another thing. Okay. So vibration is so important with timeline jumping. If you are sick and depressed and stressed and anxious, and you're stuck in fear and worry and all that, all the lower vibrations, you will be attracting lower things into your life. It's kind of like, sorry for all my vegan and vegetarian people, but this is a good analogy. So if you're really into meat, and you want really good steak, and then you go to McDonald's, you're always going to McDonald's, and then you're like, why does all this steak suck? Like, why does all this meat suck? And like, you're pissed and you're angry and you're grumpy, and it's not healthy and it's processed crap. But if you go to like a really expensive steakhouse, you're gonna get that steak you want. It's kind of like that. Like, there's different levels of stuff. Or if you're like, there's a building, if you have like this really, let's say a 6-story building, and you only go to the first floor ever, you never go to the 2nd floor, 3rd floor, 5th floor, 6th floor, and you think life is one way, and you make all your choices based on that one floor, and you never meet the people on the other floors, there's one timeline that's happening there. But if you go up to different floors, you're going to meet different people, you're going to have different experiences, you're going to see life differently. So it's kind of like that with your vibration. With your vibration, if you stay high vibrational and happy, and you're going to magnetize to yourself, it's just a law of physics, it's nothing woo-woo, it's science. You're going to attract higher vibrational timelines. You are the company that you keep. The 5 people you spend the most time with is who you become. So if you're spending your time with people, even if you love them dearly, if you're spending most of your time with people who are not living the lifestyle that you want, you're gonna stay stuck on that timeline. If you want to shift to a different timeline, you got to surround yourself with people who are on that timeline. So I hope that helps clarify some stuff, and I love you guys so much. Mwah! Namaste. God bless you all.